I am Elizabeth Moses Mulat, Founding Director, Principal Advocate at AlphaZULU Advocates UK, and the convener of the SDG Nugget Hour series. The SDG Nugget Hour is your monthly virtual platform for bite-sized advocacy, storytelling, showcase, education, information, and advice on the Sustainable Development Goals. One speaker, one goal, 1 minute.
I am Dr. Divya Singhal, Chairperson of the Center for Social Sensitivity and Action at the Goa Institute of Management, India. We are really proud to be a dedicated partner of the SDG Nugget Hour, now running into the third year. AlphaZULU Advocates network and their partners, in particularly the SDG Nugget Hour community. Building this community of global SDG advocates and practitioners that now reaches 62 countries is an eye-opening to the vast opportunities for collaborative actions and for multi-stakeholder partners.
The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, Core Urgent Transformation,
and integrated social, economic, and environmental development that leaves no one behind.
Underpinned by human rights and focusing on five conceptual pillars of
les personnes, la prospérité, la planète, la paix et le partenariat.
It was launched in September 2015, came into effect in January 2016.
Has been unanimously adopted by 193 member states of the United Nations.
It identifies 17 clear goals for sustainable development.
Each goal having specific targets to be achieved and
indicators for measuring and reporting on achievements.
These are known as the Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, or the Global Goals.
They are goals which our global community must take ownership of and accelerate meaningful action to achieve by 2030.
Such an invaluable milestone when considering the global transformative power our youth. Our generations of 2030 and beyond have demonstrated since January 2016, when the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development came into effect. The last 7.5 years have beautifully showcased young people proactively engaging in the 2030 Agenda through persistently contributing to the development of its frameworks and processes, playing an indispensable role in the Agenda's execution. Thus, it is my privilege to co-host today as a representative of over 1.2 billion inspirational youths across the globe aged 15 to 24 who are passionately striving to create inclusive, stable and sustainable societies by the target date, while producing innovative solutions to robustly counter challenges we face in forms of unemployment, poverty, gender inequality and climate change.
Very glad to be a part of this discussion, to see all these incredible, wonderful women and men on the screen talking about making the Water Action Agenda inclusive, to be able to position their stake, their interest, their insights, their skills in the mix to ensure that Water Agenda is representative and reflective.
Human trafficking, especially women and children, constitutes a serious threat to human dignity and human rights. Several international instruments are recognized and impose rules and regulations on this issue.
Tight cooperation at all levels is required to make this happen. Sometimes partnerships are needed with the most unexpected of stakeholders. Water is life, and we need to make decisions that acknowledge this in the context of current and future generations.
Countries have encountered problems in implementing sustainable water management strategies. All these issues create a worldwide water crisis. At the same time, unfortunately, this amount of water is not equally distributed among the continents and also countries. And the countries of Sub-Saharan Africa and South and Southeast Asia are more exposed to water crisis. In In the meantime, for example, in sub-Saharan Africa countries, due to lack of water, women and girls have to walk for kilometers and bring water from the water resources to their place of residence for daily life. This not only makes the life of women and girls difficult who are residing in these regions, but also causes complicated health issues. Countries.
First open session in Parliament last month in October with the International Development Committee, and after that we have noted some changes that have been happening. We have seen